Hello and welcome to Blockchain Gaming World Daily with me, John Jordan. So the news we're looking at today is ENJIN has raised $18.9 million, and it has done that, it says, to launch the first dedicated NFT blockchain on Polkadot. So there's a little bit to unpick here. I guess the first thing is to talk a bit about ENJIN. So ENJIN's been around for over 3 years now. 2017, it kind of first came came to prominence in blockchain when it did a ICO back in the day, raised some money for its ENJIN token. But ENJIN had been around before then. It sort of came out of the Minecraft services space, and actually still offers services for people who want to build sort of Minecraft servers and guilds in other PC games. But it's been basically been a blockchain company since 2017. It's raised various sums of money up to that point, but now it's sort of raised through a more traditional VC kind of opportunity. So ENJIN has been building its own platform out. It's sort of an Ethereum-based platform. It has quite a lot of games that are using it. I don't think any of those games have sort of got to a kind of critical scale yet. So there's kind of lots of games still in development or in early access or beta or however they describe it. ENJIN's always been very strong on kind of technical aspects of blockchain. It's actually minted loads of NFTs. Has quite a nice model where when you mint an NFT, you can sort of lock the ENJIN tokens into that, and that gives the NFT an underlying value based on the value of the ENJIN NFT, because you can always sort of burn the NFT to get the ENJIN tokens kind of out of it, destroy the NFT effectively to get the coins out. So they've done a lot of cool stuff. They also were the kind of prime movers behind the ERC 1155 standard for NFTs, which is basically a way of combining ERC 721s and ERC 20 tokens. Basically means you can sort of bundle stuff up. It's kind of quite gas efficient. So ENJIN's always sort of had a prominent space in the games sector, and now it's sort of pushing ahead, moving from, it's doing some cool tech. Like lots of things are doing, like a kind of scaling solutions for Ethereum. Lots of people are building those, but it's the first blockchain games company to kind of announce it's going to Polkadot. And Polkadot is a sort of it's a new blockchain, but it's sort of a different philosophy from things like Ethereum. Polkadot is much more like Cosmos, much more like a multi-chain sort of approach where multiple different blockchains can be sort of linked together in a more coherent manner than we see at the moment. So that's sort of like, that's the kind of, I guess, the business model that means it's raised this almost $19 million. What it seems like here is that the money's been raised through a private sale of tokens. So ENJIN has had this project called EFINITY for years, really. It's been gaining scale, and it is a sort of like a scaling solution for Ethereum and other blockchains. And now they're calling it a next generation NFT blockchain. Blockchains come in very different shapes and sizes. There's kind of L1s and L2s, and blockchains themselves are not particularly interesting, I don't think, anymore, because they're quite easy to build. It's kind of gaining scale with them that is more interesting, and that's clearly why people have invested in ENJIN. Kind of interesting to look at some of the investors. So the first one mentioned is Crypto.com. So Crypto.com Capital, I should say. That's the capital arm of Crypto.com. So Crypto.com is a kind of a finance, kind of a crypto finance solutions. Pretty cool. It's like mainly a mobile app. It has a kind of you can get a debit card attached to your account, so you can buy things in the store, and you get money back depending on kind of how much kind of crypto you have kind of staked in your wallet, and you can use it like a general wallet as well. You can obviously trade between different crypto currencies. Crypto.com is getting into NFTs quite heavily at the moment. It's just launching its NFT, so they're interested in that sort of stuff, and they're fairly big. I think they say they've got 5 million users, active users, so that's fairly big in terms of kind of just crypto wallets. Obviously, they're looking at NFTs and games now, so they're kind of spreading their wings a little bit. Hashed is a pretty well-known group out of Singapore who have invested in a number of blockchain game projects already, so they're pretty well-known. Block Tower have done investments into games. Blockchain.com Ventures again done quite a few investments. Actually, did invest in ENJIN about 2 years ago as well. And some of these are well, it's kind of interesting. There's a whole list here that you can go and have a look at, but also an extensive list of other leading firms, celebrities, and individuals. So it's kind of a bit of a pile-on at the moment, I think, for raising money in blockchain. Just lots of people want to sort of throw money at you, and we can see this from all these different companies who have invested. So if EFINITY, they're saying, is basically its own blockchain. It's going to process transactions every 6 seconds and use proof of stake to do 1,000 transactions per second. So actually, transactions every 6 seconds isn't super fast. There's blockchains now that do kind of sub second transactions. It's not to say they're better than anything else, but this is a certain, I guess, because this is sort of more of a layer 2, I suppose. So again, you kind of get lost a little bit into the terminology. So ENJIN's also developing a new cross-chain token standard called Paratoken. So ENJIN, as we've discussed, is really into standards, or token standards. So it's done these Ethereum token standards, and now it's going to come up with a standard that works for Polkadot as well, I guess, because in Polkadot you have these things called parachains. So they're going to do a Paratoken standard, which means that any token from any blockchain can be moved onto EFINITY and then used on Polkadot, because EFINITY is going to is now kind of positioned to support Polkadot as a key blockchain. It also support Ethereum as well. So basically, it's kind of acting as a wider bridge. I guess it will be its own parachain within the Polkadot ecosystem, I would imagine. But that's probably getting a bit outside my technical expertise. There will be this new token. So always, whenever there's a new blockchain, a blockchain has to have a token to run on it. So you've got the EFINITY blockchain, we have the EFINITY token, the EFI token, and it seems like that the raise has happened because there's been a private sale of these tokens. So basically, all these companies have bought the EFI token at a discounted rate, probably heavily discounted rate from the price at which it's going to sort of launch at. And this new token is going to be used for transaction fees. So it'll be for gas, I suppose. You'll have to pay your transaction fees in this token, and it'll also be used for liquidity and yield farming. So it'll become like a reward token, and that will be generated if you stake the original ENJIN coin. So the ENJIN coin has gone through phenomenal price growth in the last 6 months. I mean, it's now well over $2, and not that long ago it was 5 cents, or even like 10 cents. So it's been a real sort of success story in the last 6 months in terms of the price of ENJIN coin. And if you stake your ENJIN coin, you're going to be earning some of these new coins. So I guess it's going to drive the price again. And again, it's a governance token. So the EFI holders will vote on proposals. So this new token is a governance token that links into the ENJIN coin, and if you stake your ENJIN coin, you're going to get some of this governance token. Basically, they're creating a whole new token, so people get very excited about that. And 15% of the total supply is been allocated to people who stake their ENJIN coin on EFINITY, and mint tokens also. So there we go. It's a whole new kind of fun and games linking Polkadot with the existing mainly Ethereum-based kind of network. And that's kind of, I guess generally where we are in lots of blockchain projects. Ethereum is still this kind of core blockchain, what people calling the nexus of kind of blockchain, certainly value, and certainly in DeFi. But it's just become become totally unusable, really. So now people are looking for different solutions. Interesting, I guess, that ENJIN are not just coming up with EFINITY as a side chain, which is I think a year ago probably what they were thinking. Now they've done a deal with Polkadot, who have been actually, I think, behind the scenes quite active at trying to link to other blockchain projects and get people building stuff on Polkadot. So it's not just an abstract kind of blockchain that may or may not be happening in the future. They want Polkadot to be a thing that's actually happening. So they need people to be linking to it and sort of building across from Ethereum. So that's definitely what ENJIN are doing. And they've raised $19 million. It's not an enormous sum of money, but it's pretty it's a good sum of money for them to do what they need to do for the next few years, and then people will see we'll see where we are with the various blockchains then. So that's the news for today. Thanks for watching the video. This is Blockchain Gaming World. spending our time deep into the weeds of blockchain gaming, trying to make sense of it all. Please subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and see you again soon.